Sugar is gone.
Figures it'd be a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
Too,
Yeah. Hold your breath all the way.
I was trying to remind myself to breathe a little bit. Yeah, no, it was great because it really did play out in many of the ways that we talked about. We talked about earlier about not having really played a complete game. And even though we didn't score a lot of runs, we did pitch well, defend, timely hitting with Leaker hitting that double, and our ability to get him over to third base, and Brandon able to drive him in was big. Billy's bunt ended up being a big play. And then Zach, to me, the play of the game was Kozar with the bases loaded, Diaz in there, bases loaded, and the LaStella kid hits another laser over there at shortstop, and Kozar makes a great play. And bullpen does a great job to nail it down. Chapman comes in after throwing back-to-back days and 2 innings and 36 pitches yesterday, and says he's ready to go. And looks like,
Was he?
yeah, looked like he really wanted that opportunity. I was surprised that he was available to pitch today, and I was very impressed that he was.
Leake, was just in control all night.
He was, and he got into that situation there when they had the double. Was Simmons to lead things off, and then the 2 big punch outs, right? It's Freeman, Upton, and then you get Johnson, Gaddis, and they're 2 guys that are, and they did. They managed the strike zone really well to grind out a couple of 3-2 walks, and then you don't go to Jumbo, and he gets the hard liner to Kozar, who makes a great play on it. So,
how difficult was that decision there to take Mike out with 110?
Well, it wasn't so much pitch count as much as it was. I went out there because I wanted to talk to him, and he was very honest with me. He says, "I can get this guy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I was starting to run out of gas a little bit." And once, typically in those situations, once a guy says he's starting to feel it, you always regret when you leave him in. You always regret it. And so I went to Jumbo. I actually made the decision rather easy. Mike was very honest, and I appreciate it. I would have hated to have him say I was out of gas after a 2-run single. Yeah. So that was maybe as big a decision as there was in that ball game for him just to be honest and say, I'm cooked.
So you relieved, or just?
Yeah, it's you talked about the chasing that good feeling, and it's been a long time since we've had it. We won our last game on Friday, over a week ago now. And water main break and lose a doubleheader in difficult fashion, and tough games, tough losses in St. Louis, and really, other than the first game here with Atlanta yesterday, it was a tough loss in extra innings. It's not just that we had lost 7 consecutive; it's the fashion in which we did it. Those gut-wrenching late game losses, they're not like losing 8-0 like we did in the opener. It's a completely different loss. So to answer your question, in the long term, yes, a little bit relieved that we got that win right there. Long win streak start with win number 1.